Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sad and you're watching the Football Corner, an Arsenal match reaction for Arsenal versus Crystal Palace, 1-0 to the Arsenal. Let's get into it, let's break the game. Firstly, welcome back to the channel. Firstly, if you're new, make sure to like, share and subscribe. Let me know down below what your thoughts were on this game, the performances from the players and also the referee and man, because we're going to get into that as well in this video. Just so many bad officiating decisions made in this game, but we'll get into that later on in the video. Firstly, I want to start off with breaking down the game and breaking down the goal and how we got to that goal. So, quick free kick taken by Martinelli over to Nketiah. Nketiah with such a smart decision to be able to push the ball out of the way and to get the goalkeeper to actually foul him. Very smart from him. If we're going by the game overall, I feel like Nketiah had, firstly, I need to say this because, listen, you guys know I don't really rate Nketiah highly, but to be honest, today, I feel like he had a decent game. I know he didn't score an assist, but still, for him to be able to win us that penalty, the winning penalty for the winning goal of the game, yeah, that was remarkable. And listen, he was getting into so many good positions. I think it's just that final touch, that final finish that he needs to improve on, and I feel like it will come. He's starting to get in better position, starting to improve his passing, you know what I mean, some link up play. So yeah, he's gonna improve, but we will see what happens with that. Declan Rice, amazing game, my man of the match, 10 out of 10 performance, man, 10 out of 10 performance. I felt like this game we were dominating for most of the game, had majority of the possession. If we look at the actual stats from the game, we had 54% possession while they had 46% possession. We had 14 shots, 3 on target. They also had 14 shots, 2 on target, but the most important thing was a lot of that came in the second half. And yeah, listen, first half we were dominating, creating a lot of plays. I felt like they were trying to hit us on the counter, but we were still making a lot of chances as well. We were controlling the game, keeping the ball, trying to get in behind, trying to play through Saka, Martinelli, the normal channels, the usual channels that we use to get a goal. You know, we were doing good. Declan Rice put a ball in through to Nketiah where he tried to chip the goalkeeper. Obviously, that probably wasn't the right decision. But it was also another chance where he got put in. I think it was Saka or Party that put him through, and he was literally fighting off 2 men and then hit him with his left foot. I think it just caught his toe and then it came off of the post. So unfortunate for Nketiah not to score, but first half we dominated, completely dominated Crystal Palace. Second half we started off well, started it on job, trying to get the goal, and obviously ended up getting the penalty, which we spoke about. A quick free kick taken by Martinelli to send Nketiah off, and Nketiah was clever enough to push the ball forward and get Johnston, the Crystal Palace goalkeeper, to foul him. So took him out, and then Martin Odegaard steps up to put the penalty in the bottom left corner, and it's as easy as you like, man. So composed, so smooth, just took it like a champ. And we have to ask questions as well. Is Saka gonna take the rest of our penalties? Is it gonna be spread between different penalty takers? Who knows, man, who knows? I'll be real. Moving on, I feel like towards I think it was the 65th minute is when Tomiyasu got sent off. Now, I'll be so honest with you guys. Listen, I don't like to blame the referees, man. I don't like to blame referees. I don't like to talk about referees because the refereeing situation in this country is one of the worst. One of the worst. Listen, I've seen a lot of refereeing decisions that have been terrible, but today, that refereeing performance was so crazy, so bad, absolutely terrible. Firstly, the first yellow card for Tomiyasu. Kai Havertz actually held the ball for 15 seconds or 14 seconds. passed it over to Tomiyasu, who was holding it for 8 seconds. Now, I believe the ruling states that you have to hold the ball for more than 10 seconds in order to get booked for wasting time. He was holding it for 8 seconds. Now, he shouldn't have had that yellow card. We move on, we live with it, they booked him anyway. The second yellow card on Ayu, I'm sorry, but he didn't even make full contact, didn't pull the shirt, didn't do anything like that. So I don't understand how he got sent off. And now they're not even going to be able to review that. So we have to go into the next game without Tomiyasu. That's going to be a big miss. But luckily we still have Zinchenko there. And listen, let me just move on quickly to the... Let me move on, because I don't want to talk about the referee too much, man. I hate talking about referees because they're just awful in this country. So it's never going to change. We just got to live with it now. At this point, all they're going to keep on doing is apologizing after the games, and it doesn't change anything. It literally doesn't change anything. The referees don't get criticized enough by their own people. They'll always protect their own. So it is where it is, man. They can do whatever they want to do. But Crystal Palace now, around the 75th minute, 75th minute, start to get into the game. They start to get more chances, hold possession a bit. They start to really put their mark on the game, start to take a few shots at goal. Eze goes down, a complete dive. He wasn't touched by Partey, he wasn't touched by anyone. So Eze dives. There's no card there. Obviously we were told that they were going to be carded if they dive, and there was no card there. Now we're literally fighting for our life, trying to keep Crystal Palace out, and Mikel Arteta makes some subs. He brought, firstly, earlier on in the match, he brought on Jorginho. That created a bit of stability in the midfield, helped us with passing around and stuff like that. Then he brings on Kiwior and Zinchenko, and if that's not a game that shows you how important Zinchenko is to the team, I don't know what it is. Because as soon as he came in, as soon as Kiwior came in, they completely controlled that left side. They helped us hold the ball a bit more, had an immediate effect on the game, made us go on off on the attacking. Made us attack a bit more as soon as they came on. So you can see how much it means to have Zinchenko in that team, and I feel like hopefully next game we can go back to our, obviously with Tomiyasu out, we can try going back to the back four again and see how that works out. But yeah, for me, I can't believe that certain people still say that Zinchenko isn't even that important to the team, or he's a liability, because he, like, what he does going forward makes up for what he does when defending. Yeah, so obviously defending, he can be a liability at times defending, but going forward, I'm sorry, man, he's just too good with his link up play, his passing ability. You know what I mean? Holding up the ball and stuff is very good, man. He's very progressive as well, so he can progress the ball forward. Now let's just talk about some of the performances. So firstly, Thomas Partey, man. Obviously I spoke about Declan Rice. Actually, you know what? Let's go to Declan Rice, and let's go into a bit more detail, because I've got some stats for you guys, just to show you how good of a game he had, man. A box-to-box defender, the literal definition of a box-to-box midfielder. Yeah, so the stats for Declan Rice was a 90% accuracy, 68 touches, 7 passes into the final half, 4 times he won possession, 3 duels were won, 1 chance created, 1 tackle made, 1 interception, and 0 fouls. That's not the definition of a box-to-box. Helping out with the defensive work, helping with the passes in the final third, and just all round having an amazing game. I don't know what it is, because that's the definition of a box-to-box. And for me, I think he had, this was probably one of his best games in an Arsenal shirt. Obviously we're yet to see more games with him in the team, but yeah, this was one of his best games so far in an Arsenal shirt, and I'm so excited to see what he does, especially in the Champions League, especially in the rest of the Premier League games, the cup games if he plays in them. So we will have to see. But listen, amazing game from Declan Rice. Hats off to him. He is my man of the match. But yeah, moving on to Saka. Now, Saka had a bit of a quiet game, but still, the stats do show that he had a decent game as well. He had the most crosses, 9, the most fouls, 1, 4, most possessions, 1, 8 in the game, most touches in the opposition's box, 11, and the most passes into the opposition's box at 9. And then, listen, although he still seems to have a quiet game, or seems to be at his level where he normally is, where he's scoring goals, assisting, he's still doing a lot. So you just have to give your hats off to Bukayo Saka, man. Star boy, just an amazing player, man. So you gotta give your hats off to him. And my last stats of the day, actually I got 2 stats for you. I got two more things. So I got William Saliba against Crystal Palace. He had most touches, 80, most clearances, 8, and the most interceptions at 2. Listen, let's not even talk about that last ditch tackle. I know he made the mistake in order for the attacker to get off on the run, but that tackle was world class. I'm not saying that Saliba's world class or anything, but listen, that tackle was world class, because there's only a few centre backs in the world that can make that kind of tackle. Yeah, and that was probably close to the tackle that he made against Mbappe. Yeah, listen, that tackle, amazing. That's why William Saliba has to be one of the first names on the team sheet, man, because he is such a clinical defender, so composed and really good in defensive work. Now, my last stat of the day. When I saw this, I was like, there's no way. So all 4 Arsenal substitutions maintained 100% pass accuracy after coming on against Crystal Palace. Yeah, Jorginho, 10 out of 10 passes. Zinchenko, 6 out of 6. Kivior, 4 out of 4, and Gabriel, 1 out of 1. All maintained 100% pass accuracy. That's what you call regaining control of the game. Yeah, when your substitutions come on and do that. Obviously, we were winning, so we had to take control of the game and keep our lead. So for us, our players coming on and putting performances like that, with that kind of passing accuracy, you just got to applaud it, man. You just have to applaud it, because that's amazing. Amazing to see from them, man. So, guys, I'm going to give my quick ratings. I'm going to fire through them quickly. So, Ramsdale, I'm going to give him a 7.5. Ben White, 7.5. Decent game. Saliba, I'm going to give him a 9. Tomiyasu, I'm going to give him a 7. Obviously, he got sent off, but I still don't think it was his fault, man. I don't think it was his fault. He got completely done dirty with that. But listen, I'm going to give him a 7. I felt like he played well. Partey, I'm going to give him a 9.5. He played very well. In that right back position, I feel like he's really fitting into it now. He's starting to fit into that position well, and starting to figure out what he needs to do. When does he need to go forward? When does he need to tuck into the midfield? When does he need to stay back and watch his runner that's next to him? You know what I mean? And I think last game we saw it. Yeah, a lot of people, including me, were saying he looked less agile, didn't look as fast as he normally is, didn't look as quick to the pace as he normally is. And today, I felt like he completely changed that. He was back to how he was, very quick on the ball, very fast. And yeah, listen, had an amazing game on that right side. So I'm going to give him a 9.5. Declan Rice, 10 out of 10. Man of the match. That's as easy as it is, man. That's as easy as it's going to get. Had an amazing game, as we know. Passes into the final third, 7. You know what I mean? There's just so much things, man. He regained possession as well a lot for us. So it is what it is, man. He is that guy. Yeah, he is the future of the midfield. He is the future captain of this club, and he showed it today. Havertz, I'm gonna give Havertz I'm gonna give him a 7.5. I feel like he had an okay game. He had a good game. He was getting into good positions, and when I say getting into good positions, he was getting into positions where he could help his team get into better positions. He put one ball through to Martinelli, which Martinelli should have gone on and scored, but he stopped and tried to take on his man. But yeah, he put that ball through to Martinelli. I feel like he's slowly improving and fitting in more, and I feel like if we give him maybe 5 or 6 more games, I feel like he is going to fit in perfectly into this team. Depends on where, but he's already getting used to how we play, how the team plays. So I think if you give him 5 or 6 games, he should be good. Odegaard, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Scored the winning goal. Certain people saying he didn't do much, but listen, I feel like his link up play with Saka. I know that Saka had a bit of a quiet game, but his link up play with Saka still is very important on that right side. And yeah, it is what it is, man. He's too good, man. Even when it looks like he's not doing anything, he's doing a lot. Even when he looks like he's frozen out of games, he's still doing a lot. He's pressing, everything, man. So good. Martinelli didn't have the best of games today. Listen, still he was trying to make space, trying to get in behind, trying to make good runs, but didn't have the best of games. So hopefully he can improve that. I feel like he's screaming out for like a Trossard up there or Gabriel Jesus. So hopefully once Gabriel Jesus or Trossard come in, we'll see Martinelli get into better positions and hopefully score more goals. So yeah, I'm gonna give Martinelli I'm gonna give him a 6.5, just because he wasn't up to the races today. Bukayo Saka, I'm gonna give him a 7, because even though he wasn't doing much, he was still doing a lot. So I'm gonna give him a 7. Nketiah, I'm going to give him a 8, because he won the penalty for us. He was getting into good positions. He was very unlucky on that first chance. Second chance, I think he wasted it a bit, but it's okay. As long as he's getting to these positions and he takes those goals next time, that's going to be the best thing for us, man. But yeah, happy with what they were doing. All of the subs, I think I'm just going to give them a 5. I don't really like to give, unless they do something very, very good, like score a goal or assist or something, I'm just going to give him 5. So Zinni, Jorginho, Kivior, Gabriel, I'm going to give them 5s. I'll give them all 5s. And yeah, apart from that, yeah, good game. Very happy with the performance. Very happy that we were able to get the win in the end, because it did get a bit hard towards the end of that game. But listen, at the end of the day, 1-0s, 2-0s, they're much better than 4 or 5-0s, because winning a game 1-0, you look back to Man City, the reason why they win the league is because even if they are getting dominated, or even if they look like they're about to lose a game, they still manage to go out and get the result. They still manage to win that game. So I'm so happy with the performance from the boys. I couldn't be more happier, and glad to see us get the win at Selhurst Park away from home on Monday night. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Like I said before, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I make a video. Make sure to comment down below, hit the like button. Let me know down below what your thoughts were on the game, on the performances of the players, and on the refereeing, obviously. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I will see you on the next video. Come on, you Gunners. I love you. Let's go.